On August 28th, 2022, we had this little blessing come into our lives. And if you haven't been up to date for the past year or so, Alexis was pregnant and been doing daddy vlogs, just sharing my experience, trying to educate while I learn and build a community of not only just fathers, but parents in general. And been blessed enough to have this little miracle in my hand right here. Her name is Maeva Rose Black, and just been blessed to have her part of my life. And this is my daughter, our first child, and born August 28th. Such a crazy experience. Alexis was in early labor for 3 days. Early labor for 3 days. You can do your Google's research what early labor is. I didn't know exactly what it was. I thought it was go time, but I think you got to have contractions around 4. It's been a while. The 411 rule, research the 411 rule, 511 rule, you'll know. It's been a while. Like feel like I forgot all my pregnancy information after the baby came, but she's just being a good girl right now. She's fussing a little bit, but yeah. So 3 days of early labor. I actually just came off the road from a trip to Baltimore, a speaking engagement, and I was hoping that, like, please God, please don't let me miss the birth of my baby, please don't. And about a day or two after I came back, she went into early labor for 3 days. And 4 a.m. on the 28th, we went into active labor, or transitioning to another phase of labor. I don't know exactly what you would call it, but we were having contractions often and getting more intense. So we had to go to the hospital. And with that being said, we had to go to the hospital, and it was such a blessing. She came out 6 pounds, 5 ounces, and Alexis only needed to push for like 20 minutes. 20 minutes of pushing. That is unheard of. So, and then we gave birth to Maeva Rose Black. We had Alexis' adoptive mom there, and it's just been a blessing ever since. What'd you say? All right. But here is the real reality of life, of parenting, of family. Since we've had the baby, things have not been peaches and cream, but we are working through. And this is what people usually call the fourth trimester of just trying to figure out life. And she's trying to figure out, okay, she dropped the passy, but she's still good. So trying to figure out life, after pregnancy and this change and this new human that we have in our life. Like, what's the adjustment, in my life, in our career, her life, her body, her mind, and everything. So how do we adjust to life in this phase and in this period, and with everything going on? How do we adjust in these ways? And it's been challenging for our mental and emotional health. We are, usually like pick it up, do it ourselves, but a lot of times it's been such a struggle. And one thing that I've noticed about people who've experienced trauma, former foster youth, is that a lot of times we try to do things on our own and figure things out on our own. But what I'm learning now more than ever is that being a parent, you need a community. We need babysitters. We need family, friends around us giving us advice, support, time to connect in our marriage individually. And things can get a little rough. And we are realizing now more than ever how much we need community, and how much we need self-care, how much we need to prioritize God, how much we need to prioritize our marriage and all that, and how important it is in those areas, so we can pour into this little one right here and support her best as we can. And we always say, you can't pour from an empty cup, and we want to make sure we're not pouring from an empty cup, because we need to be filled by our community, by our God, by our partner, so we can fill up this little one mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and in every way we can. So it's just been a transition. It's been a process, but one of the takeaways that I have is that in relationships, in marriage, continue to communicate your needs. If you need, hey, sweetheart, I need a second, can you take the baby? I need you to take her. I'll take her for you. And just being able to communicate, constantly communicate in marriage and in relationships, and always just being able to advocate for yourself. For a long time, I wasn't going to the gym. I wasn't going to therapy as much as I should, but making sure that I'm advocating for myself and I'm there for myself in ways that I need to be. and communicating that to my partner, to my community. So I have people around me who can be there for me and, just be there for my family in general. And yeah, so it's just been a process and adjustment period, but it's just been a blessing. This little one right here has been a blessing. And I'll let you see her, Maeva Rose. And yeah, we're going to finish in Alabama real quick. Before we wrap up, two things. One fun fact, since we're in Alabama, did you know that Alabama was one of the last states to legalize interracial marriage? In 2000, November 7th, they became one of the last states to legalize it in their constitution. And you can do research on that. And of course, it was legalized nationwide in 1967. But in their constitution, there were some legal barriers that they had when it comes to interracial marriage. And this being my first time here, and now I'm recording this November 2nd, so just an interesting time. But also, I don't want to forget to mention that this little one right here is releasing a book. Yes, only 2 months old. She's about to be an author. So she's releasing her first book, I Love You More Than Cereal. Maeva and Dad Redefine Love. We'll be releasing our first children's book under Redefining Normal this spring, or spring 2023. So we want you to be a part of that process, give feedback on the illustrations, the content, cover, and all that good stuff. So feel free to visit us on Facebook, visit us on Instagram, Redefining Normal Movement, Defining Normal, and all that good stuff to join our launch team to give feedback and be a part of the process for the children's book and be a part of making this little girl a best-selling author as a baby. I bet that's like a first. That's probably a first. How many infants or newborns will be best-selling authors? That'll be a first, and we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to y'all support and looking forward to you all getting the book. And she's getting a little fussy, so this is the perfect time to end the video. Y'all take care.